Hey everybody, this is Gokoku7. Welcome back to more Pokémon Stadium. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Fuchsia gym with its gym leader Koga. But before we start this episode, I want to shed a little bit of attention to the reason why this series went on hiatus for such a long time. Let's just say that I've been through experiences that have left me feeling burnt out, feeling lonely, feeling no self-worth whatsoever, feeling not self-respected, feeling not self-confident, feeling undesired, feeling like there's no point in having friends, and overall feeling just unmotivated for everything. All in all, I was left depressed for a long time. And I want no one to underestimate depression, and I just want you all to know that it's going to be alright. Everything is going to be alright. I currently use medication and I visit the psychologists that help me deal with this. I just want everyone to respect the work of psychologists and the effect of antidepressives because they exist for a reason. But that's everything that I want to say about that. Let's get back into a happier subject, which is it's time for another episode of Pokémon Stadium. Let's choose our team for today. And our team for today is going to consist of 3 types of Pokemon. The first type of Pokemon that we're going to be using is going to be the ground type Pokemon. We actually want a really fast ground type for today, so let's go pick Duck Trio. Next up, we actually want a Pokemon that is either a Psychic type Pokemon or has a strong Psychic type move. And the Pokemon that we're going to be picking for today is Kadabra, Starmie, Jinx, and Haunter. Either they have really strong, super effective moves for the Pokemon that we're going to be facing, and they have very good stats. Next up, we're going to be picking an Electric type Pokemon. The Pokemon that I want for today has a 100% accurate Electric type move and has Thunder Wave, and that is Electabuzz. And this is our final team for today. Let's get on with the Fuchsia gym. Now for today, I want to do a little bit more laid-back commentary about something related to the first 3 generations of Pokemon. But before that, we're going to pick our Pokemon for this battle, and we're going to do a summary. So the Pokemon that we want to use for today are Jinx, Kadabra, and Haunter. Let's go. It's time for the summary of Alakazam. Alright, the summary of Alakazam, who is a Psychic type Pokemon with the moves Confusion, Reflect, Dig, and Kinesis. Its base stats are HP 55, Attack 50, Defense 45, Special 135, and Speed 120. In future generations, he will have a Special Attack 135 and a Special Defense of 85. Alakazam was the #1 overused Pokemon of the first generation. He is often called the Jack of all trades out of the 7 deadliest Pokemon. Its best moves would be Psychic, Recover, Thunder Wave, and Reflect, or Seismic Toss, depending on the situation. You could also possibly teach him Toxic, Counter, and Substitute. And with the introduction of Generation 2, you could even teach Alakazam Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch. And what I mean by that is that you could actually trade Pokemon between the first and second generation, but you were limited to only being able to trade Pokemon of the first generation back and forth, with moves only available in the first generation. The Elemental Punches, as they were often referred to, are available in the first generation, however they weren't technical machines until Generation 2, and Alakazam never learned them through leveling up, so you had to teach it to him by trading him back and forth. These moves are really valuable because it gives Alakazam a much easier time defeating Pokemon like Starmie, Jinx, Exeggutor, Rhydon, and Golem. If Alakazam also had Protect in Generation 1, he could be pretty difficult to KO because of Starmie. Psychic types used to be the strongest type by far in this generation, mostly because the special stat was a combination of special attack and special defense, and Psychic types are the ones with the highest special stat. High speed and special Pokemon like Alakazam dominated the game for the most part, mostly because of physical Pokemon like Rhydon, Golem, and Taurus could often be 2-hit KO'd by Pokemon like Alakazam, and special Pokemon frequently outspeed the physical Pokemon. However, special Pokemon, especially psychic Pokemon, except for Executor, have a low defense and HP stat, making them in return very vulnerable to physical moves. However, special Pokemon in return have the ability to use things like Thunder Wave and Toxic very often. However, Alakazam in particular has a lot of use for Reflect, to prevent being KO'd by Earthquake, Hyper Beam, or Body Slam as long as it's not a critical hit. I can actually go on for hours and hours on end about how good Alakazam is, but I think we should now continue with live commentary. Alright, that should be it for the summary of Alakazam. So for this battle, what you want to watch out for is the Ditto, which transforms into your Jinx, which you should be able to KO with a Psychic and a Trash. And then this Weezing actually knows Self-Destruct, which it is really trigger happy on doing, so you actually want Haunter in your team, because a normal type attack does not affect Haunter. But other than that, this is not a too difficult battle. You just want to use your Psychic type moves, and you should be finished. Alright, starting the next battle, we're going to talk about the topic for today. Alright, next battle. Jinx survived at 1 HP, which was a surprise to me. Alright, for this battle, you actually want Jinx as your first Pokemon who has a super effective move for all the Pokemon in this team except for Kingler. And for Kingler itself, you want Electabuzz with its Thunder Punch. And as backup, you want Haunter, who also has a super effective move for everyone in this team except for Sandslash. Alright, let's go. So what I want to talk about today is gym badges, because there's more to them than you expect. After you've beaten a gym, you receive a badge, but these badges actually have more utility in the first 3 generations than just letting you use new HM moves, allowing you to enter the region's Pokemon League. Let's see what else. Making the Pokemon up to a certain level obey you, and allowing you to buy new items in the Pokemon. So a few badges in the first 3 generations of Pokemon actually boosted your Pokemon's stats in battle. Not in link battles, but in regular battles. In the first 2 generations, having certain badges increased certain stats by 12.5%. In Generation 3, they toned it down to 10%, but in Generation 4 and onwards, this stat boost does not exist anymore. There are certain situations where stat boosts are ignored in Generation 2, but I don't think this is very important to talk about. It's very minor, to be honest. I will have a little table on screen where you can see which badge boosted which stat in which generation. But there's also a little bit more to it that I will talk about in the next battle. So, unless Kingler comes out, you should have no problem with this battle. And if he is sent out, you have Electabuzz. Kingler does have a very strong attack, and it has Crab Hammer, which has a high critical hit chance. So, you can watch out for him a little bit, but as backup you also have Haunter with Thunderbolt. Alright, that should be it for this battle. How's that? Super effective. And it's down. And we're off to the next battle. And there goes the battle. Alright, this next battle is going to be a tricky one. Because as you see, it only has Psychic type Pokemon. However, they aren't particularly strong. They don't have that strong of a Psychic type moveset. And they all have their own gimmick with Substitute, or with Mimic, or Seismic Toss. But for this battle, you want to use Jinx, Diglett, and Electabuzz. Let's go.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader is waiting right after this.
Alright, Slowbro, we don't have that much strong tools for this one with Jinx, so we're going to try to put it to sleep.
Oh no, it's
Alright. This Slowbro is very prone to using Mimic,
Are they testing each other's strength?
but it also has Metronome, which I find a really weird decision. So, Electabuzz is going to get some use in this episode.
Oh, it's Electabuzz.
I like his cry. And, you know, his quirky movements.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
Alright, Thunder Punch.
Here's a Pokemon change.
I've not seen a Pokemon change before.
Oh, it's Hypno.
This is going to be interesting.
What's next? A decent hit.
That did little damage because of Hypno's special stat. We're going to be first using Thunder Wave on it.
Hit you, Thunder Wave. Oops, it's
And are we
paralyzed.
going to switch back to
It's mimicking the opponent.
Jinx? I don't think so. We can
Furious battle.
take this one down with Electabuzz.
What'll it do? There, it's a hit. What now? Good hit.
Alright.
Neither one is conceding an inch.
I think it's a good idea to switch back to Jinx now.
Oh, there's going to be a change of Pokemon. What's this? Yeah, it's a hit. How will the swap Pokemon fight?
So it takes about 4 to 5 Ice Punches to KO Hypno with Jinx.
Boom!
And Jinx should be able to survive another Seismic Toss,
What'll it do?
because it does 50 damage.
That's a good hit. The intense battle continues.
And because its speed is lowered, it won't be going first when we send Electabuzz back out.
There, it's a hit. Oh!
I don't know if Hypno is known for its speed. That's
What will
escaping
the
me
next
right now.
Pokemon be?
Alright. There's more to badges exclusively in Generation 2. Every badge boosted the power of certain type of moves by 12.5%. The type that is boosted is related to the type that the gym mainly uses. For example, the Sapphire badge boosted flying type moves, because it is a flying type gym. And that's really all there is for the commentary of today. No calculation, no thorough analysis needed for today. And if you're wondering my opinion, I'm pretty neutral on this mechanic being in the game, mostly because of helping out beginners, which, you know, it's always a good thing in a new game. Alright, that did about half its HP. So I delayed that part of the commentary because this battle could turn out a little bit difficult. But that's really it for the commentary of today. There's nothing more that I can really add to it.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Drowsy!
Drowsy should be no problem.
The remaining Pokemon count
It
is
also
3
has
to 1.
Mimic.
The battle has become one-sided.
and likes to abuse substitutes sometimes, just like Abra in this team. You just gotta keep hitting it with a strong attack.
It's mimicking the opponent.
So that did less than 50 damage, so
Plenty of gas
might have been a
left.
better idea to use Seismic Toss. However, the Hypno was never fully paralyzed, unfortunately.
Good hit. It created a substitute. Neither one is
So
conceding
all you gotta do when there is a substitute is do more than a quarter of damage, or a move that would do a quarter of its damage.
What'll it do? There, it's a hit.
As you can see, it uses moves like Confusion, which is not that strong. So we're now off to the final battle of today.
Savage attack. Boom. Oh, it's down. And there goes the battle.
Alright, our battle with Koga. For this battle, you want to go full out Psychic type with Jinx, Kadabra, and Haunter for today. Alright, let's go. Haunter has a extra advantage over this gym because it is a poison type Pokemon, so it won't get poisoned by moves like Sludge or Toxic. So let's just use Psychic. I don't think we're going to KO this in one hit, but we are going to do a lot of damage.
Vigorous attack. It's been poisoned.
Sludge does do quite a bit of damage back to us, but
Furious battle.
we'll win this one-on-one battle.
A psychic blast. Super effective. Oh, it's down.
And there goes down his first Pokemon.
What will the next Pokemon be?
All of his team is just weak
Oh,
to
Venomous.
Psychic
It has
type.
to make up for lost ground.
And I think his favorite Pokemon to use is Venomoth. I'm not 100% sure. But I actually like the way that Venomoth's wings are.
Special stat is down.
Now, especially how their edges are aliased.
What's that?
But that's going into technical things that probably most viewers won't understand.
Which Pokemon is coming out?
Next up, we're going to use Haunter. Jinx did her job perfectly
Oh, it's
fine.
Haunter. We're evenly matched at 2 Pokemon aside. Neither Pokemon is backing down.
Now we're going to finish off the Venomoth with this. Also a critical hit, which was unnecessary.
Going down.
But yeah, Haunter has a massive
There's
special
only
stat.
one Pokemon left in
And
reserve.
unfortunately, Gengar does not have moves like Psychic or Thunderbolt
Oh, it's Nidorino.
as a rental Pokemon for the Gym Leader Castle.
Remaining Pokemon stock is Route
Alright.
1. The 10th
I think
battle
one more
begins.
Psychic and we're done. I'm not 100% sure. It does have a very high HP stat, this Nidorino.
Special stat is down.
Alright, one more hit and we're done for today.
And the weak spot.
A critical hit, and it still did not do that much damage. Alright,
There it goes.
for the next episode, we're going to get a pretty difficult gym.
Is it down and out?
So, this is probably the last time we're gonna have
Stay
an
clear.
easy win. But that's it for today. We defeated Koga. Fuchsia Gym Lead, Gym Battle clear. Receive the key from Koga and open Sabrina's tower. Next time on Pokémon Stadium, we're going to be taking on the Saffron Gym with its gym leader Sabrina. This has been Geekoke7. See you guys next time.